if you're on a MacBook that is an M1, M2, or the new Silicon, this is for you. So, what you want to do is install Colima. So, I'll try to put a link in the description to getting to it, but you can see Colima provides container runtimes on macOS with minimal setup. So this will allow you to run any type of Docker setup that you need. Okay, it will get you around any issues you've been having with running Docker on your ARM software. Okay, it worked for me. So again, that's Colima, and I have it running already. Okay, so because here I can just say Colima. Oops. Okay, so it tells me it's running. It tells me the architecture it's using, so you can see it's the 8664. It's a Docker runtime, right? You can see everything, socket, whatever you info you wanted to know. So Kalima's running. We're good to go. I already have DDEV already installed. I think this would work, right? Oh, no. So it's because I'm where I'm at. Please ignore that. Okay. But you can see it says, have you run DDEV config? So kind of knows I'm trying to do something over here. All right. So timer start now. Just showing you what my setup is on my M2 to make it happen. Okay. So if we go to DDEV, read the docs, we want to go to quick start. Okay, so you could come here, you can go to installing here if you need to install it. Oops. But we just need the quick start, and I'm just going to show you how easy this is. Okay, so here we are. I'm in the folder where I want to create a new one, so I'm going to make a directory called test D10. Okay. And then I'm going to run my DDEV config. Okay, if there's anything here in these settings that you did not want, like not Drupal 10 or something like that, then you'll want to do that. Next thing is to run the DDEV start here. Okay, and that's just gonna start everything grooving. Set up your containers and get them going, right? So I could go watch this if I wanted to, like in VS Code. I could watch it in the Docker desktop, but why would I open that? Like, you don't have to open that. It's not open on my computer right now. You can look. Oh, you can't see up at the top, but I could show you up top how I don't have Docker desktop running at all right now. Alright, so we're just waiting for our containers, and then we're going to need to install or create the project. Alright, so okay, and what you'll notice is that to use Composer, we're not just using Composer. We're using DDEV Composer. So what that's saying is use the Composer version that's specified in the DDEV configuration. Okay, you'll see later on we have to install Drush, but you'll see how the, show you how that's going there. Again, Drush, you're not using your local Drush, you're using the DDEV Drush. Okay, so this allows you to have compartmentalized project. I could have DDEV projects on 10, 9, meaning Drupal 10, Drupal 9, and maybe I have different versions of Drush, right, on those installations. And this allows me to keep everything outside of the dependency of my local versions, okay? And sometimes you're going to make a mistake and forget the DDEV part. 99% of the time, it's going to be harmless. You'll get an error that you recognize that means, oh, I'm not in the right shell, meaning I'm supposed to be in the Docker shell right now, and I'm not. Well, with DDEV, you're not really in the Docker shell too much, but yeah. So that means you can't really mess up in that way. It'll tell you, like, you'll recognize you're doing something wrong if you don't say the DDEV. Maybe I'll do it to show you what that looks like. Okay, and oh, I have to do fire address. I can totally show you right now. See, here's test. It's running. Here's the path. Yeah, you can see where that path is. Server PHP. These are all variables in DDEV. Alright, so you can manage that DDEV in VS Code. But also, I could go over here to Docker. And you can see test. Here we go, test. They all use the same router and SSH agent. But here you can see it has a web server and the database server running. Okay, and as I said, I could have all kinds of projects here with all different configurations, and they will all play nice here. Alright, we'll go back to terminal. Okay, everything's ready. So now, before I install, I need Drush. Notice DDEV Composer, require Drush. And then after this, we'll do the actual site install. And so I'm showing you can just copy and paste all of this. Okay, I gotta at least do that. Okay, so now it's actually installing the site. I never actually log into this. Okay, now I can get my one-time user login. Okay. I don't need it anymore, so I'm out of here. Okay, here I am. I'm admin. Alright, so that was less than 10 minutes. I'm in here. I'm an admin. I can do things. I can now go and install whatever modules I would like. If I go open my folder, here we go. Alright, here's my config stuff for DDEV. Alright, here's all my stuff. Less than 10 minutes, ready to rock.